Hello, you beautiful people. Welcome to the September and October 2021 update for MLFX, titled The Final Countdown. What are we counting to? Well, we're counting down to the release of MLFX. Finally, after what is now, as of recording this video, the 26th of November, almost said September, been 17 months in the making. It's been a long, hard-fought journey to get to this stage. I'm not going to lie, there's been a lot of ups and downs, a lot of anguish, but very glad that we persevered to get to this stage, and we're releasing a product that I can honestly say I'm proud of, which is saying something because I do have probably unreasonably high standards comparative to most people, and in all honesty, we should have launched much sooner if we were able to. But just sort of having everything else go on, having to find people, having to fire people, having to decide to just learn it and do it myself, there was really a lot of things that went wrong along this journey. That being said, we're going to jump into the article very quickly this month. We're going to start trying to roll through these a bit quicker. That way, hopefully, we can get more people interested in these update articles, because I know I ramble sometimes and it goes on far too long. I actually recorded this video earlier and decided stuff that I'm going to do a much quicker one. So, that being said, what is MLFX? Quickly, MLFX is a product that is aspiring to help budding and experienced or new traders reach profitability smoother than if they were not to use the product, right? So we're trying to help them reach that level, reach the profitable trader level in a much easier manner than if they were to try and undertake that journey alone. That's something that I need to work on and need to polish, because that was pretty appalling, but that's the general idea of what we're trying to do. Next time we have these videos, I'll have my elevator pitch down. You can guarantee that. So, this month, the lightning round. In September and October, we switched to GitHub discussions for feedback. That allows us to generate and gather feedback from you guys and helps us to realize what is important when it comes to you and what you think we should add to the product. So it uses almost like a Reddit style upvote system. Anyone can add feedback so long as they have a GitHub account, which is a little bit of a barrier, I know. However, we will ask regularly for feedback from our users, and if you don't have a GitHub account, we'll submit it for you so that your feedback does get added to the discussions page. We switched to font awesome icons. This gives us more scope, more range, also reduces the bundle size. We started using Smart Look for analytics and gathering information on how users are utilizing and approaching our application. This will let us know where there's areas that people are getting frustrated, and maybe where we can streamline the flow of the application and make things smoother, all aimed to make the end product better and to make the experience of MLFX more enjoyable for users. Started using Vuex to store state, which if you're not a programmer, it won't make a lot of sense, but essentially what it does is it stores data once we've retrieved it so that the load time is decreased, improving, once again, the user experience. We tested the sign-up flow and the upgrade flow for the application. This means testing Auth0, which does authentication, authorization, as well as testing Stripe for payments, and everything worked as expected, which was perfect. Final 2 points, very quickly, set up our production websites as well as the production API on the node side for render. We were using render already for our staging sites, so it made sense to just continue using that for production, even though as we scale, we will likely switch to something like DigitalOcean because they're much more customizable. We decided, in terms of getting things up and running as quickly as possible, the idea was we just utilize whatever we already know, whatever I can set up and get running myself, and I would have needed to learn DigitalOcean, so decided we would go that route. This point here about Directus we can sort of forget about because we're not using Directus anymore as of recording this video. Now, the main 2 points and the main 2 additions for this month were 1, hybrid strategies, and 2, plotting of the trades. You can see with the plotting of the trades here, there's an image. This is what they look like. We might tweak a little bit the design and change that, but for the time being, I'm quite happy with how it looks. We are only plotting certain trades, so once we go over to the strategies page, we can see strategies, we can see the human strategies, and we can click on the more details. It will take us to the page. It will show us all of the trades that have been taken by the strategy, and it will plot those trades on the chart and show you them. So this is pretty cool. You can see some of these look a little bit, you know, iffy, so maybe I'll add like a minimum width, but the idea here is that we're actually just plotting the entry and plotting the exit. So this trade was taken and it was resulted as a loss very quickly, just as this one was taken and resulted as a win very quickly. So this is one of the human strategies. You can see it's got 3 wins and it's got 5 losses, so not a great win percentage, 37.5 to be specific, and not profitable. Now, we will be showing many more trades for these strategies. We're just testing, I think, 1,000 data points or 2,000 data points for the ability to just get some information displayed. That way we can test all the other functionality, make sure everything's working before we switch to the full 6-month period that we're going to use for testing these human strategies. So once this goes live, once we launch, we'll be using 6 months of data here instead of just the 1,000 or 2,000 data points that we currently are. So you'll see many more trades, and it'll give you a better representation of how the strategy performs over a longer period of time. Going back to the article, we also, as I said, had the hybrid strategies, and that's just exactly like what I showed you, except for the hybrids. So I implemented those same pages where you can look at the hybrids, you can look at the trades and how it's performed. It'll provide you with some metrics and just let you know how that's going. And Armory also fixed a couple of bugs to do with the hybrid strategies and got that all working as it should be. For those of you who don't know, which is probably most of you, if there's anyone actually watching this video, hybrids are just a mutation of a human strategy. So we feed the human strategy, which is just a strategy we find online, a strategy that could be on a YouTube channel or on Google or you know, anywhere else on the internet. We code that, we program that, it's set in stone. We then feed that into a hybrid or into an algorithm that creates a hybrid strategy, and it cycles through thousands of different combinations for the indicators. So it looks at the different parameters, changes it, tweaks it, and tries to make it more profitable for the same period of time that the human was tested. This way we can show sort of an evolution of the strategies. We can show the human strategy, we can then show the hybrid strategy, which uses what we're calling a simple evolutionary algorithm, and then we can show the Hermes strategies, which is our more complex machine learning algorithm that will outperform all of the other strategies. So we can show that sort of 3-stage evolution and hopefully guide people from a free sort of membership with MLFX to a paid membership once they're ready to start using the Hermes strategies. So those are the main points that we achieved during the last 2 months. We are working on a few things. One is fixing the API and getting that stable. This is for requesting the trades, requesting the strategies from our algorithm. We're also going to introduce the changes back to the algorithm. So even though it's performing quite well at the moment, we're still missing quite a few of the parameters that we had in place previously because they had to be removed for a paper Armory was writing for a scientific journal. So we're going to add those back and get that all sort of to the standard that it should be. Finally, there's a couple of bugs and things still remaining with the hybrids that actually have been fixed at this point in time, and we are trying to acquire some beta testers, which is still a work in progress, I think is the right word for that. I'm going to forget about these 2 points down the bottom here. If you'd like to, you can go and read the article. There's 2 points. One is the book club. One is just reflecting on a learning experience when it comes to business over the last couple of months. So that's us done for this month's update, or the last 2 months of updates. We will be publishing the next update, so the November update article and video within the next week and a half. So do keep an eye out for that and subscribe to the channel if you want to be updated when that happens. That being said, if you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. Help spread the information about our system. The more people we get on board, the quicker we're going to be able to expand this application, the quicker we're going to get to our goal of serving as many people as possible, right? Serving thousands of you, helping thousands of you reach a profitable trading strategy.